Hi everyone, it's Ellen and today I'm getting messy with mixed media in my journal. So I'm first just flipping through some of these postcards from my Shein stationery haul. So you would have seen that on my previous video. I did a little haul before I did my process video. And yeah, I wanted to use one of the postcards today because they are really lovely. They've got lovely vintage style images on them. So I've taken one of this, a girl and a dog. It's really sweet, and I'm just backing that up with a couple of photos of Theo. This is just him at the baby group that we go to. I love these photos. He looks beautiful, of course. And I haven't gone too detailed on that because I knew I wanted to add mixed media today. It's not always something I do in my journal, but I have stopped scrapbooking for the time being, not for forever, but just for a little while, and I miss the mixed media side of that. So yeah, I really wanted to make a feature of that in my journal today. And that's the beauty of a junk journal. You can do anything you like in it. So you can get out all of your mixed media or collage or just stick and plonk things in. So whatever you're in the mood to do, you can do that in your journal, which is lovely. I am starting off by inking around the edges of my pages with Tim Holtz Distress ink in Vintage Photo. And then I've got one of my printable doilies. These are available in my Etsy shop, which is linked in my description. And I'm inking around the edge of this as well, but that there's no point in me doing that because I actually add mixed media onto the doily today. I want to add something to this white page. It's just white. It's just the back of a pattern paper, so it's just a bit boring. And I know I'm going to add that doily as a pocket, so I wanted something peeking out from behind that and just to give more interest on the page really. So I'm going to add some ripped pieces of one of the pattern papers from the Shein stationery collection. I'm just adding that with some matte gel medium because I know I can add mixed media onto this and it will stay where it is. It won't move anywhere. So yeah, I'll just get 2 pieces of that stuck down. So as I said, I'm going to add some mixed media to the doily pocket as well. So I'm just priming my page with some clear gesso just to make it a bit more stable because I'm going to add a lot of water. I'm adding my pigment inks in greens and blues to this paper. I can't remember what they're called, so if you want to know, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. I don't have them in front of me at the minute, but yeah, I've just gone for a navy blue and a nice sage green colour, and I'm just sprinkling that onto the page, spraying it with water, moving it all around with my paintbrush, adding more ink here and there, more of the pigment powder, more water, and yeah, I just keep moving it around, keep drying it to see how it looks, and I'm really happy with the effect. It's quite dark and grungy, and it just looks a little bit different than anything I've done in my journal for quite a while. So that made me really happy. So that's off to the side drying now, and the matte gel medium is dry on my background page. So I want to blend the edges. So where I've got the torn paper, there's a quite a harsh line of the blended. The quite a harsh line between the paper and the pattern paper that I've stuck on top, and I want to remove that or fade it out a little bit. So I take some white gesso just on my finger and I'm smudging it over the joins, and when I add my mixed media on the top of this, it really flows so much better. It looks really nice. Hopefully you'll be able to see in the photos at the end. I also added clear gesso over the entire page because the paper needed to be primed before I added all of my water. And I'm also going to add a little bit on the pocket part of the left hand page as well, so I gessoed that too. And I've just got some white paper behind my pages just to try and protect the previous pages. Some colour does seep through, but it's my junk journal, so it doesn't really matter and it doesn't ruin anything. So I'm going in with the same colours that I've used before, but I'm going with more of that sage green colour on these pages. And again, there's no fancy technique to what I'm doing. I'm adding colour, adding water, soaking up some of the colour where there's too much, adding extra colour where there's not enough, drying in between, splatters. It's just sort of, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just want to add colour to the page, and I just keep adding until I'm happy with it. There's no right way to do this, so I like to just not think about it too much and just add the colour where I feel like adding it. Again, things are going to be stuck on top of this, so if there is an area I'm not happy with, I can cover it up. It's not a big deal. So my pocket piece is all dry now, that doily piece, but it's very fragile. So when I printed my printable doilies, I printed them on a thin cardstock so that they wouldn't add too much bulk to my journal. But where I've added all of that water to this piece, I'm just worried it's going to tear, especially as I'm using it as an interactive element in my journal, and so it will be moved around a lot. I don't want it to get ruined. So to help that, I've just added a backing of another piece of white card underneath, just to stabilise that a bit more. I'm going to add some vintage lace around the edge of this doily. So I'm adding some double-sided tape just around that sort of frilly border that I've got, and then I'm going to take my vintage lace and stick that along where I've placed the double-sided tape so that it's poking out from behind my pocket. I love adding fabric textures to my journal, just gives it a really nice effect. So yeah, I'm going to add that. And the lace I've gone for is sort of a cream beige colour. It's not stark white, so it works much better with the vintage theme that I've chosen. I'm securing that lace in place with some just sellotape, and I'm going to sew around the edge of that. You can see here, just with a white messy stitch, and I'm really happy with how this is looking. I think it looks so pretty. I've lost quite a bit of the colour from the actual doily that I added colour to. I've lost a little bit of the design in the background, but you can still see it peeking through. And I just love the colour of it. It worked really well, so I was really happy with that. To create a pocket with that, I decided to just staple it in. I didn't want to mess around with double-sided tape because it's quite a small pocket, and I just wanted to add something that I know is not going to go anywhere, so that's why I went for the staples. I also stapled the pocket part of that book paper that was already created. So everything's all dry now, so you can see how everything's looking, and I'm so happy with it. It looks so pretty. I love the colours. I love blue. It's probably my favourite colour to journal with, to create any art with. So yeah, happy with how this turned out. So I can now focus on adding my photos and other elements to my page. So at the minute I've got that postcard in the left hand pocket, but that's going to move to the right hand pocket. It just seems to fit a bit nicer in there. And then I wanted to create something for the other pocket using these two photos. but I wanted to do something different. I tend to use the same techniques in my journal, and I'm really trying to just try out different things. So I've taken this strip from the Shein haul that I got, and it's sort of a card strip. It's I don't really know how to describe it. It looks like advertisements and writing and other things on it, and I've backed that with the leftover piece of the pattern paper that I used on the right hand page, because it's white on the background, and then I'm going to stick my photos over that, and it creates this sort of pull out piece. I hope you can see what I mean here. It just makes that photo easier to pull in and out. It's just a different way of adding the photos basically in a more unique way. That's all I wanted to do. So I'm also going to sew around my photos. I love sewing around photos. I really like how it looks. And yeah, that piece fits in really nicely on inside the left hand pocket. So these are all the photos that I'm adding to this page. I'm not going too photo heavy today, and I want to make use of these stickers that came in this stationery pack. So I'm just going through and picking a few that I like here, and I'm going to create my own little cluster on the top left hand page, because that's just looking a little bare to me at the moment. And yeah, I've got all of these lovely new things, and I really wanted to just throw a lot of them at this page. So that's really what I'm going for now. There's no rhyme or reason to the things that I'm using. They're just things that I like, and it's okay to do that. Not everything has to be to a theme or matching. You know, it's okay to just add things because you like them. I'm really trying to get my head around that at the moment. A lot of things that I add to my journal, I feel like they have to have meaning, or they have to be an important day that I'm documenting, and it's not necessarily like that. I'm really trying to document everyday life and to add things just because I like them. So yeah, that's what I've done on the top of this page. These stickers all had white borders, so I've trimmed all of them off because obviously I've gone for the vintage theme, and the white border was just throwing the theme off a little bit. So yeah, I've trimmed them all down, and yeah, I've just created this little cluster, and I really like it. I think it's really pretty. The other thing I'm going to do is add some of these floral clear stickers that I got from the Shein haul as well. I've gone for yellow because I've got a lot of blue on the page, and I love blue and yellow together. So I've picked out a couple of the yellow flowers and added them just in different areas around my page. I've also added some of that clear tape washi, the floral washi that I got as well, just to add another little pop of colour. I don't want anything too colourful, because obviously I've already got all of that blue on the page, but a pop of contrasting colour makes it really eye-catching, so the yellow really works with this page. I'm just going to add a few more of those stickers. I haven't done any journaling on this page, and this only just occurred to me now. So I wanted to add just a label sticker with just a little bit of writing on. I don't have any stories to tell or anything. As I said, these are just everyday moments, but I just felt it needed a little bit of writing on there. That's the whole point of a journal, really. So I've added a label sticker, and I just wrote, "Every second spent with our baby bear Theo is a treasured memory," and that's exactly what I'm documenting. It's just everyday moments. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you very much for being here. Bye everyone.